Hello guys, yeah, welcome back once again to our YouTube channel. In this video I want to be telling you guys some of the importance of feeding your rabbit with this particular coconut shell. So this coconut shell is not being fed to rabbits as food, not being fed to rabbit like to satisfy their need for food or to satisfy their hunger. There is a major reason why I feed my rabbit with coconut shell. So if this is your first time seeing our channel, on this our channel we teach you how to become a successful rabbit farmer, successful rabbit breeder, and also a pet owner. We also teach stuffs about other livestock farming on this our channel. So if you are someone interested in livestock farming, consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. So without wasting much time, let's dive into it. One of the few reasons as to why I feed my rabbit with coconut shell is for fiber content. Yes, this particular coconut shell, or the back of the coconut, as you can see, contains a lot of fiber. Fiber plays a lot of key roles when it comes to rabbit farming. Fiber helps rabbits for fast digestion. Fiber helps them to save, a lot of rabbit food does not really contain fiber. So if you feed the rabbit with coconut leaves, at least it fills up the space. If you feed them with coconut shell, it fills up the little space. As you can see, it seems this rabbit really loves this particular coconut shell. It was just eating it like as if it was kind of food for them. So another reason as to why we put this coconut shell here is to tame the rabbit teeth, so that they don't start getting overgrown teeth. You just notice their teeth start growing too longer than it's supposed to be. This coconut shell helps to tame their teeth. They use it to sharpen on their teeth. Most times a lot of people that are using metal cages do face a lot of overgrown teeth in their rabbit farm, because their rabbit does not have a hood to chew on, or their rabbit does not have some way to always be scratching their teeth so that their teeth will be reducing. Because as rabbits do grow, every day their teeth do grow. If you look all around my cage, you will notice that any hood you are seeing around, the rabbits most times they just bite their teeth on it. As you can see by the side, this hood by the side here, the rabbit has bite it until the hood is almost finished. So they always use their teeth to bite on things like that. If you are someone who is in a wooden cage and you don't put in this particular coconut shell for the rabbits, you will notice it will always be eating up your cage, almost like wanting to finish up your whole cage. It's either you put in this coconut shell for it to tame their teeth, or you cut in a little piece of wood and put it so that the rabbits can always be chewing on it. That piece of wood can help the rabbit to always trim their teeth, and also you can help it to always be playing with it and all of that kind of thing, so that when the rabbit is bored on the cage, it does not start chewing your cage itself. Yes, so that is some other reason of why you can put in this coconut shell for the rabbit. There's also another person who have visited his farm. The person put cartons for the rabbit to chew on, and he said it really has a really good role to play for the rabbit's healthiness and all. So I have not really done a lot of research about that, but I'm still going to do researches about that and see how I can explain it to you guys. But the person used carton, so all those things will help you save your rabbit cage. For those of us that are using rabbit wooden cages, if you are not very careful and your rabbit is always chewing on your cage won't last for a very long period of time, because the rabbit will be eating on the cage little by little. Before you know it, the whole cage is almost totally destroyed. You'll be patching. If you check at the floor of this particular cage, you'll notice that there's a very little stick there at that floor of that cage. That stick was really big. It was a big hood. It was a 2x3 hood that I put in. The rabbit ate and ate and ate, and you can see how little the hood is right now inside that particular cage. That little hood at the leg of this rabbit, you can see how little it is. That's how well the rabbits do chew on hoods. Yes, they chew on hood a lot. So this coconut shell, or the coconut back, or anyhow you want to call it, but it's from the coconut, like the back of the coconut, it helps the rabbit to keep them busy in their cage. You just cut it little quantity, put it inside their cage, maybe once in a week or so. Put it inside their cage, let them be chewing on it. If after they finish eating their feed, they can always be chewing and playing with the teeth. This will take some time from them, whereby they won't focus on eating the hoods that are in your cage. Yes, they won't focus on eating the hoods that are in your cage. As you can see, just little piece that I put in. I don't put in for them as food or anything. I still give them their normal food. Just a little piece. I put it inside their cage and I allow them to chew on it. The coconut shell does not have any disadvantage for the rabbit. Instead, it has an advantage for them, whereby it contains a lot of fiber that can help them digest their food fast. So if you are a rabbit farmer and you are using a wooden cage, or if you are using an iron cage, you need to consider putting this coconut shell for your rabbit, so that by you not putting your cage at a very high risk. There are some places in my cage that if I video it and show you, like the rabbits have chewed on that particular place and almost finished the whole of the cage. Yes, so I try as much as possible to see how I can minimize how they eat my cage, so that my cage can actually last me for some period of time. At least let me use it and make money before the rabbits are going to finish the cage. Okay, so I cut this coconut shell from the coconut tree, then I peel the back. I just use machete to peel the back, then I take out the coconut, then the shell, like the back of the coconut, I cut it into little quantity, then I just put it inside their cage. I just throw it inside their cage, let them just be eating it. This coconut shell can also serve as hay. It can also serve as hay, because the coconut shell helps them for fast digestion, and it makes their poop to be dry. It controls their poop. Yes, if you are feeding them this coconut shell, they won't be having all this watery poop and all, because this coconut shell is somehow like a dry leaf, whereby it contains high percentage of fiber. You can check for how many percentage of fiber a coconut shell contains. It contains high percentage of fiber that can be very helpful to them, that can be very helpful to their digestive system. When they eat their feed and chew on this leaf a bit, their feed will digest very, very well. If you look at the side of this cage, you will see that the hood that is there, this particular rabbit is almost eating it up by the side. There's a little hole that is by the side of that cage. It was not there like that. The rabbit do chew them little. Before you know it, they'll just chew every single thing down. But by you putting this particular shell inside their cage, it will take a lot of time from them, whereby the time they'll be using to chew that your cage, they're using it to chew on this coconut shell, and that will actually help you save your cage. As you guys can see, this is my floor mesh. You can see the kind of floor mesh I am using for my rabbit cage. I see a lot of people using floor meshes that are really, really big, like the rabbit legs can even go through the floor mesh. I'll be like, why are you guys using 1x1? That 1x1 is really, really big. Some people use 1x1, some people even use 1x2. Please, if you can't get this particular floor mesh I'm using, I'll advise you to use 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch wire mesh, especially for the floor of your cage. It's very, very important, so that when your newborns are coming, when your little kids, when your rabbit is giving birth to little kids, their leg won't go in there, because if their leg go in there, it can actually break the rabbit leg, or if the rabbit is giving birth, the little baby can fall through the hole if the hole is too big, and you don't want this to happen. So when making your cage, make sure you use the best materials to make your rabbit cage. Make sure you use the best materials to make your rabbit cage. This particular wire mesh I use for the floor of my rabbit cage is very, very thick. It's very, very thick. In short, pliers hardly cut it. It's very, very thick. The base is very thick, whereby when you want to cut it and use it for this cage, we used to give this wire other people to use their machine to cut it. That is how thick the wire is. The wire is really thick. So that is what I use for the floor. I'm not talking about the door now. You can use any kind of net for the door. You can always replace it, but when the floor is bad, the whole cage is bad. So try as much as possible to use a very good flooring material, a very good net for the floor of your rabbit cage. Don't use something that will be too big. If not, the rabbits won't be comfortable and standing well there, and it will be causing them sore hock. They'll be having wound under their leg. If you use something that is too big, they'll be having wound under their leg. As you can see, this particular rabbit is even playing with the coconut shell. So at least I hope I've been able to show you guys one thing in this video. You can always be putting this coconut shell into your rabbit cage just maybe once a week. Let them just be chewing on it. Or if you can't get this coconut shell, you can cut little 2x2 hood. Just put it there. They'll be chewing on it instead of them chewing on your cages. For those people that are doing iron cages, like metal cages, you can always be putting 2x2 hood inside. If not, your rabbit will be getting overgrown teeth if your feed does not contain a lot of fiber. Although our feed contains fiber, because the wheat offer we use for our feed formulation in our farm, it has a lot of fiber, so we don't have a problem with that. But we need to do this video because there are a lot of people that can't really get the kind of feed we are using. Maybe some of them that feed on leaves and all. A lot of people need to learn other alternative way to do things in rabbit farming. That's basically what our channel is about. So if you have learned something from this video, please do well to give this video a like, just a thumbs up. That's what we ask. If you are able to share it to some other rabbit farmers so that they can also learn from this other video. Give us a like, comment, let me know your thought on this video. What video do you want me to do next? I'm going to show you guys how to make the rabbit feeders, the new feeders design. I'm going to teach it to you guys. So thank you for watching this video. Do have a nice day and peace out.